Welcome to 5 Stripe Weekly. In this episode, we debut a trivia quiz show pilot called Soccer Showdown, and we also get into the week's highlights of the news. All that and more coming up. Welcome to the show, 5 Stripe fam. I'm AJ, and this is Tanner and Mark. Before we get into it, become a member of the notification squad by hitting the bell next to the subscribe button on YouTube, or hop over from Facebook and subscribe. This segment is sponsored by Thinking Man Tavern, a cozy Decatur neighborhood pub. Grab a tasty beverage from a wide variety of selections and a plate of something delicious from the menu. To go, check out Thinking Man Tavern. So let's get into the news, highlights from around the world of football, right before we get to the Soccer Showdown. So first bit of news is that on April 16th, 2014, MLS awarded Atlanta with a franchise. Don Garber awarded Uncle Arthur with Atlanta United, essentially. And so it's happy birthday to Atlanta United. I mean, it's hard to believe. It's six years since, the announcement of an Atlanta MLS team. So yeah, really, it's been kind of a whirlwind, I think, for most of us. I mean, 3 very short years, and then this pandemic that's kind of, the fourth season sort of sputtered to a halt completely. But you guys have any a favorite memory from this whole existence?
I mean, I only moved here in 2016, so I didn't really have to worry about those first 2 years. So, yeah, so that was a positive. So it's only been 4 years, but no, I mean, it's kind of cool. I mean, 4 or 6 years since they got it, I don't think they ever would have thought that Atlanta United would be where it's at today. So I think it's pretty cool. And for me, I'll just say MLS Cup. It's easy. That was fun. Got to watch it with my dad. Yeah,
I think that's the obvious answer for sure. Mark, you have one? You can say MLS Cup too.
Yeah, I know, right? Yeah, probably. I mean, like, I always say my favorite memory is the semifinal versus Red Bull. But, I mean, in general, it's just surreal to think, like, it really wasn't that long ago, 6 years, 5 years ago, that we didn't have a team, and that we were wondering what Atlanta would be like as an MLS town. And now it's like, duh, like, this is a slam dunk. How could anybody doubt this? But there were doubters. And so, we've come a long way in a short time, I think.
Yeah, definitely. I think for me, my all-time favorite, at least game-wise, is still the first game at Bobby Dodd. I mean, just the genesis almost, it's just amazing. The energy is just like a different feeling that this city hasn't felt before. And I don't think that's hyperbole.
The weather was perfect that night, too. Like, everything about that night was it was perfect.
Yeah,
minus the result.
Exactly, right. But that's, I think in spite of the result, everybody was still buzzing after seeing that match. And, I think...
Yeah. It was that goal, that Assad goal. Because that was honestly... I don't think anyone expected to win on that night. You know what I mean? It was just like, let's see what we got. And then when you take the lead, so you get that moment. And I mean, that was, like you said, the genesis of it. When it was just like, oh, this is here. This is going to be something.
Yeah, exactly. It was absolutely beautiful for sure. But another, moving on from that, absolutely beautiful sight is Joseph Martinez. He is working and rehabbing his right knee in the video that he put out on his Instagram story. And I mean, that's just a sight for sore eyes for sure. I mean, a month later, essentially after his surgery, and he's already putting weights on it. That's insane. Is it still maybe is it too early? Like, are we feeling a little trepidation that we're seeing this?
I mean, you got to trust the doctors, and if anyone's going to recover quick, it'd be Joseph. But yeah, I totally feel the trepidation there. It's like, I love you, man, but just easy.
Yeah.
Exactly. Yeah. I mean, I guess I trust the doctors. I guess maybe that stage of rehab, maybe it's not crazy, but I don't really know. So yeah, I'm hoping there is somebody kind of holding on his reins a bit though.
Agreed. And speaking of Joseph Martinez, yes, he was awarded the best MLS season by the fan vote. We've stuffed the ballots once again against the likes of Carlos Vela.
We're undefeated on social media. Atlanta United is unbeaten, invincible on social media.
Well, like that.
Come hither, foes, and tremble.
Exactly. And that's his, of course, 2018 MLS MVP season. where, yeah, I mean, he won MLS Cup. He broke a bunch of records. I mean, it was a prolific season. Take nothing away from him at all.
And technically, he scored the winner in MLS Cup. So Carlos Vela hasn't played for one yet.
So yeah, very much well deserved from Jose Martinez, and yeah, I believe he had 59 point something % of the vote. So, I mean, yeah, well done by the Atlanta fans. But yeah, so moving on from that, MLS are apparently in discussion, according to ESPN, with the players about changes to their player compensation due to the pandemic. And yeah, I mean, they're seeking to work collaboratively with MLSPA to find a solution that provides a safety net for all the players, especially for the kind of maybe lower salaried players as well. They probably won't be taking, their salary cuts as high as more of the high earners. But is that kind of a surprise to you guys? I mean, the fact that, I mean, sure, we've been hearing about Premier League and some of the other leagues taking pay cuts, but is it too soon for MLS to be discussing that with their players?
I think so. I mean, Manchester United has a wage bill of 180 million pounds. No, probably 300 million pounds. I don't know, some crazy ridiculous number. Atlanta United's and most of these MLS teams most teams I imagine is short of 10 million. So it's just total. So these guys are billionaires. You're seeing entry fees in the 9 figures now. You can afford to pay $6 million, and you can write it off of your taxes, which is all of these guys were looking for in the first place, as a tax break. So they'll just write that off their taxes. They shouldn't have to take a diamond pay cut. They're not paid enough in terms of sports terms to take a pay cut. I wouldn't take one if I was in their position.
Yeah, I mean, there's also some guys that are on the lower end of the pay scale that are making less than some of the civilians, I guess.
I mean, guys under
civilian salary, yeah.
70K or less, I think, is now the new minimum or something like that. So
and that's in the CBA. That's not even officially approved yet.
Right. So yeah, no, they shouldn't have to take a pay cut at all.
That CBA is quite crazy. It hasn't really actually been, what is it called, ratified, really. Hasn't been signed completely by both sides. So it's, definitely, I think, a contentious topic, perhaps. But, anyway, so let's move on from that. Justin Meram has been quoted in saying some really nice things about Atlanta United. I mean, that's no surprise. He's thought very fondly of his time with Atlanta. And he said, quote, "Atlanta was special for me in the MLS IG Live with Stephen Keel." He also mentioned that Mercedes-Benz Stadium was his favorite stadium. He also gave the caveat that it was Rio Tinto instead of Rio Tinto because, well, he's playing for Real Salt Lake, but let's be real. I mean, can they be compared? But he also said his favorite Atlanta United memory was winning the U.S. Open Cup and beating Orlando City in Orlando City along the way. Legend, Justin Meram. Indeed, but he takes no time.
Biggest game in their history, and they lost, and we didn't even have our best player. He was at home eating freaking chips and stuff, and they still lost. Amazing. All
right, so moving on from that, congrats to the Gressels for there's a baby on the way, apparently, and so congrats to them. The photo, I think, was really funny. Their puppy has really human features. It's really kind of jarring, really. I mean, I've seen the puppy all over their IG story, but I mean, the smile is just wow. It's just almost borderline. I don't know. It creeps me out almost, but but anyway, moving on from that, Wayne Rooney spoke about MLS on the Perfect Soccer podcast, and he was talking with Quincy Amarikwa, who I think famously, maybe now at this point, he was touting maybe himself to be, I think, of interest to Atlanta United. But so Wayne Rooney discussing MLS taking advantage of the trade structure and hindering American players. He basically is sticking up for a lot of his former teammates that it seems like, MLS is definitely, I think we've noticed they've been taking kind of advantage of American players in MLS. paying them less, and really just not allowing them to have the growth potential maybe per se of the foreign players that come in. So it's good to see that a player like Rooney, of his cachet, of his stature in the game of world football, is able to, I think, bring some light to it, because it's I think if there are any Americans that are trying to have a big come up in MLS, it might not happen in MLS. They might have to find that elsewhere.
Right. Yeah, no, agreed. I mean, I think of most recently Aaron Long, all the rumors about the Premier League clubs that may have been interested in him, and ultimately he wasn't allowed to leave. And I just wonder, how does he feel about that? What could that have done for his career? I guess we'll never know.
Indeed. So moving on to world football, coronavirus has hit the Premier League transfer spending, according to a former director of football in D. Kamoli. And basically he's saying we might see swaps and loans, and I think that we're going to see a massive decrease in transfer fees. I think that impacts MLS and Atlanta United for sure, because maybe we have a larger role to play in the world market now, because we can afford some of those type of fees in terms of if they're in the 20 to 30 million range, if we were to entertain those type of transfers.
If you start dealing in that market, that really tells you that the product or the league has taken a large step forward. I've made it clear that I'd like things to be loosened a little bit, but I don't know if you need to necessarily be having clubs going out and spending 30 million and having guys constantly transferred at that. If you're buying and selling at that rate, that seems like a very difficult way to keep your roster together, with MLS rules. So I'm not really sure how all that would work. But again, I'd be down for it, because it means you'd be beating a lot of teams and it'd mean winning trophies. But still, that's a big jump for the league right now, I think.
Mark?
Yeah, pretty much what Tanner said. Yeah, I don't know. It's especially with the winter window. I think maybe MLS may have an advantage. Maybe some of the owners with deeper pockets who would ordinarily, I think, be dealing in that type of transfer, maybe have a stronger hand now, even more so. So, I don't know. It's gonna be interesting. I think wintertime for sure would be interesting for MLS.
Yeah, definitely. La Liga, according to AS English, they have contracted a private company to carry out the tests and want to start their league soon. But then again, you have another kind of high-ranking official in La Liga also saying that they don't think that they're going to be playing in front of crowds until at least 2021. And so it's going to be really interesting for just the landscape of world football, who they're playing in front of, if anyone at all, and when they're playing. But I think moving on quickly from that football in Turkmenistan has already restarted. So I don't know if that's responsibly or not, but some people are thinking that it might not happen, and some people are already making it happen. So it's a very kind of curious state in the world of football right now.
Yeah, least shocking thing ever.
Yeah, but anyway, so that wraps up the news highlights for the week and gets us to our big quiz trivia show debut this week, and it is the 5 Stripe Weekly Soccer Showdown. And so quickly, I will kind of go through the rules a little bit of the first round. But before that, let's get a question in to determine who will be going first. Also, give a little lay of the land. There will be 3 rounds, and if there's a sudden death, we will go to a English club trivia for each of them with their respective clubs. And of course, Manchester United for Tanner and Chelsea for Mark. So basically, now let's get the first question going so we determine who goes first. So the question is, name the, okay, and you guys write this down, name the starting central midfielders in Atlanta United's 2018 MLS Cup final win. And you guys, yeah, write that down. And whoever thinks they know the answer first can...
There was, because he was there, and he was there, but who was there? No, he was there.
Wait. All right, hold on. I'm gonna go with this.
Okay, and now you gotta show it up. Show it up, Tanner.
Yeah, he gets it because I didn't have
He gets
Rometty.
it.
I didn't know who else the third person was. I
Yep,
didn't
that is
remember if
correct.
Rometty started. I knew that Gressel was in midfield, which is like the trick part of the whole thing was that Gressel
Yeah.
started in midfield on the right side of the three because
I
Escobar is a wingback. But I was just like,
almost-
who was the third guy?
Right. I almost wrote Larry down, but then he
I did
started
too.
at right center back.
Yep. So it's that's kind of a little bit of a taste of how it's going to go, a little bit in terms of what the questions will feel like. So yeah, round one, it will be 1 point for each correct answer. It will be 3 questions, all worth 1 point to both competitors. They need to write it down or on a paper or dry erase, whatever they have so far. We don't know what Tanner has so far, so we'll see. But
Wait, do you have a dry erase board?
No, I got a little notebook.
I have one, but it has. Never mind. I'm not saying what it has on
No,
it.
it's
right
all
now.
good.
Bad.
But so the competitors will have 20 seconds to answer the question. If the competitor doesn't get the answer right, no points will be awarded, and it's 3 points max for this round. First question, you guys have to write this down, and I will set the timer for 20 seconds. So the first question is, which one is not one of Brad Guzan's nicknames from supporters? A, Goose, B, Mr. Clean Sheet, C, the Secretary of Defense, D, El Gusano.
Wait, what? You're taking the piss.
Okay.
You have 14 seconds. And you have 1 repeat. You can ask for 1 repeat. In which case, you will have 5 seconds to answer it after that.
Do I put it up now?
No, I will, okay, 5. All right, that's the end of that.
This is a
Okay.
complete shot in the dark.
So, you guys put up your answers. What do you got? Read them out loud so I can see it.
El
El
Gusano.
Gusano.
You guys are both incorrect. It is C, the Secretary of Defense. And
That was
from
my
now,
next guess.
yeah, from now on you can just write the letter. So you don't have
I've
to write all that.
never heard anyone call him that in my life.
So actually, according to Wikipedia at least, when he was with Chivas USA, the supporters called him El Cusano.
Oh.
So you gotta listen to the, yeah, I said supporters, I didn't say Atlanta United supporters.
That's tricky.
Okay.
So it's like, yeah, this is kind of how it's gonna go, all right?
Wow, that was underhanded. Okay.
Yep, all right. All right, so second question. So 0 points for both so far. It is, which player gave up an own goal versus New York Red Bulls in our inaugural match? And just write it down. You guys have...
Who did score? Well, he.
I've stumped the room 2 times in a row, I feel like. And that is time. So if you guys don't have anything, then you don't have anything. But here we go. Let's put him up. What do you have?
I said LGP.
That con.
It is incorrect for both. It was Anton Walks.
Oh!
Was it?
It was Anton Walks.
See, I remember that Mears had the cross into Assad. Wow, we're trash. We're gonna get absolutely slated for this. We're complete fakes.
All right. So third question in the and final question of round 1. Which person did not win Rookie of the Year in MLS? A, Julian Gressel. B, Carlos Bocanegra. C, Jeff Loretowitz. D, Michael Parkhurst.
Ooh, that's a good one.
That is a good one.
Thank you.
I'm gonna go.
Oh, don't say it out loud.
I didn't.
All
I
right.
said that one.
You guys are both ready?
Yes.
Yeah.
Okay, all right, I'll just stop the time. All right, and show your boards. And say them out loud.
Larry.
Whoever C was, I think that was Larry.
C was Larry. You guys both are on the board. Woo! You guys both have 1 point through round 1. So round 2 goes something like this. So you get 2 points for each correct answer, and you can call for multiple choice, but the point total reduced to 1, and you will have 20 seconds to answer. The opponent will be awarded 2 points if they can steal the answer and they answer without multiple choice, and 1 point if they steal and answer with the multiple choice. So you get 6 points max total possible in this round. So, well, there was no player in the lead, but because Mark got the warm-up question correct, Mark will go first, and we will bounce one question to the next, all right? So, first question, and this is for Mark only, and here you go. Ready?
Yep.
And you don't have to write it down. So, this person played with Ashley Young on the same team in 2010.
Oh, I know the answer to this question.
Wait, sorry, say that. This person.
Yeah, so you get one repeat, so and then you can also go to multiple choice if you want. This person played with Ashley Young in the same team on 2010.
I know the answer to this question.
All right, multiple choice, please.
Okay, so the point total now goes to 1, also for you, Tanner, if you get it right. The multiple choices are A, Michael Parkhurst, B, Brad Guzan, C, Carlos Bocanegra, D, Frank de Boer.
Brad Guzan.
Is that your final answer?
Yes, it is my final answer.
Correct.
And they put Villa together.
Yep, indeed.
I knew that how the multiple choice. Dang you, Mark.
All right, so your first question in round 2, Tanner. This person played their college ball at Providence.
Julian Gressel.
Correct.
Dang.
That is 2 points there. All right, so Mark, your second question is, in 2018, Joseph Martinez broke the season record of goals in a season by Roy Lassiter, Chris Wondolowski, and who else? I can read that again since I stuttered a little bit. In 2018, Joseph Martinez broke the season record of goals in a season held by Roy Lassiter, Chris Wondolowski, and who else?
I'm pretty sure I know the answer to this question.
I'm gonna go with Stern John.
Ooh. Incorrect.
No! Oh, it's not. That's the only one I'm going with.
Yeah, so unfortunately, you can't go to multiple choice, but you can steal. Tanner, what's your answer?
Roy Lassiter. Who was the other one?
So you have Roy Lassiter, Chris Wondolowski, and
The other.
5.
Landon Donovan, shot in the dark.
That was one of the multiple choices, but it is incorrect. It is Bradley Wright Phillips.
Oh!
I did not know he tied the record.
Yeah. All right. So, next question.
Typical Red Bull, meaningless records only.
Ooh. Damn. All right. So, Mark, your third question. This person scored a stoppage time goal versus Sporting KC to lift Atlanta United to a 1-1 draw at Children's Mercy Park.
Jacob Peterson, former KC player.
Boom. Well done. 2 points. Yeah, 2 points on the
Wait,
board
you
for
got to go again because I missed my steal?
No. Oh, wait. Did I not ask your second question?
Womp.
No.
You asked me the same question that you asked Mark, but don't I get a separate question after that? Or
Well, no. But, yeah, I'll ask your second and third question.
Oh, that's fine. No, it's fine.
That's
I'm
fine.
not misunderstanding. He
Yeah.
got the answer. I didn't know it was Jake. I didn't know that was him. I'd forgotten completely about him. I remember what he looks like. Long hair. Yeah, great dude. Number 29, I think. But yeah, I completely forgot that it was him. So, no, it's Cash.
Yeah. All right, so
Wouldn't have done it anyway.
your question. And he wasn't jumping. I moved to his third question on accident. But again, still working out the kinks. Thank you for playing, everybody. And by the way, if you want to play at home and you can let us know what and how you were doing in the comments below. That'll be fun to see how you guys got along. But your second question, Tanner. This person's debut goal for Atlanta United came against Real Salt Lake.
Brandon Vasquez.
Correct. All right, so it is level. I believe that is correct as well. So you have your third question to answer now, Tanner. So the question is, this person has played for the Atlanta Silverbacks.
Oh. I got nothing.
You can also go to multiple choice if you would like.
Or
How many
if you
questions
don't-
are in this round? 3?
There's 3. What?
All right, give me the multiple choice then. Oh, unless it carries over. Does the multiple choice carry over?
No, it does not, but it does, if, now the point total only goes to 1. If you didn't go to multiple choice, Mark could have gotten 2 points from that steal. So
Give me the multiple choice.
Multiple choice goes A, Mark Bloom, B, Harrison Heath, C, Kyle Rainish, D, Zach Lloyd.
D, Zach Lloyd. I have no idea who that is.
Incorrect. It is A, Mark Bloom. That was a tough one.
Who have I
sure.
not heard of that probably played for them? I've never heard of this guy. Him.
Yeah, Mark Bloom was actually a Marietta native, so yeah, he has played for several Atlanta United or Atlanta-based teams. So through 2 rounds, I believe it is all level between Tanner and Mark. So really interesting going into the third and final round. So the third and final round goes like this. 3 points for each correct answer, 20 seconds to answer again. Each competitor will get 3 questions from a random selection of categories. The question number 1 will be weighted 2 points. Question number 2 is worth 3 points. Question number 3 is worth 5 points. No stealing is allowed. You have an 11-point max here, and there are 4 categories, so you can choose from 1 to 4. Since Mark was the first to get that warm-up question correct, he will be choosing which category he wants first. 1 through 4. Let me know.
Oh, that's it. I guess category 2.
Category 2. Okay. And then Tanner, which number do you want?
How many options are there?
1 through
3.
4. You cannot choose 2. Yeah.
3.
Okay. 3 and 2. Okay. So since you did not win the warm-up question, Tanner, you will be going first. So the first question for 3 is the topic of statistics. All right. So this question will be worth 2 points, or this answer. This person scored his first goal for a club in the Swiss Super League against Grasshopper Club Zurich.
So 2 plus 2 is 4. Minus 1, that's 3 statistics. Quick mass, Joseph Martinez.
Correct. That is 2 points on the board for Tanner for his first question. All right. So, Mark, you chose number 2, the category of the Americas. So, question number 1 for answer worth of 2 points. This person went to Tijuana on loan before joining Atlanta United.
Oh, I know the answer to this.
Fernando Mesa.
No!
Incorrect. And I think, yeah, I will be asking maybe your final answer if that is your final answer in the future. But okay, so far, Tanner is ahead by 2 points. So Mark, you will have to go again. So your second question is worth 3 points. The question is, this person graduated from Centennial High School in Georgia.
Is it George Bello?
that your final answer?
No.
Nah.
You see, Tanner, you can't look at Tanner. And, I might have to just take your answer if that's if you're okay. All right, that's your final answer. Unfortunately, that is incorrect. So your final question here, worth 5 points. This person has played for both the Mexican and the U.S. national teams.
Landon Donovan, I'm kidding.
Tanner, you gotta not say anything in this in this round. You can't.
It's the commercial, remember? His second team's Mexico.
I know, yeah, seriously.
It's a good banter, but
Is it Boca Negra?
is that your final answer?
Yeah, I know it's not.
That is unfortunately incorrect. The answer is Edgar Castillo.
Oh, right. Yeah.
Okay, so it pretty much is decided. Tanner, with a 2-point lead, has won the first episode of Five Strike
Just like
Weekly
that?
Soccer Showdown.
Ask me the other two questions then. I feel cheated.
I mean, basically,
Let me win this. Let me win this
Win this
by
on,
getting the questions wrong.
I mean, technically, you have a TKO over Mark, and so
It's for the content, or do you just want to save the questions for next time so you don't have to do more?
possibly, yeah. I mean, these take a lot of thought, actually. So,
Oh, well, in that case, I'll just grab this off my shelf and just wait.
Wait. The trophy left, wait, you gotta go. Set it down, and then. All right. So anyway, so congratulations to Tanner with a 2-point cushion, has won the first episode of the Five Strike Weekly Soccer Showdown. Let us know how you did in the comments below. Which ones were super hard, super easy? Which one should they have absolutely gotten right and they did not? But yeah, and so I'm glad that we didn't go to sudden death actually, because these would have been really kind of banterish for both of you guys' English clubs. Would have been a little bit fun for me, but but either way, anyway, that pretty much does it for the entire show except for the question of the day. And so this week's question of the day is, what would you guys like to see from our Twitch channel? We're developing a lot of content and we're about to roll it out. So we're going to be playing some FIFA, doing some watch-alongs, and also playing some Rocket League, amongst other things. Let us know in the comments below what you'd like to see, because all of that is going to roll out pretty soon. So anyway, that does it for the entire show. And so remember, guys, to subscribe if you haven't already, smash that like button, and share this video because it really does help us a lot. And for Tanner and Mark, thank you guys so much for watching.